Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence for the year of our dumpster fire 2023 on August 17th. How's your host? Welcome to WTF Nation Radio's Sergeant's Time, only on U.S. Army WTF Moments. Beware of all imitators possibly broadcasting from the basement of the Pentagon, maybe the Alamo, or maybe in a mountain complex, maybe, I don't know, who knows, maybe in Area 51. Welcome to Sergeant's Time. I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday Eve. What the hell? Hang on, what the hell's going on with this? I already got a fucking phone call? Hang on. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air? Oh, don't be shy. That was fast. Don't be the basement of the Pentagon. What is that? Does that shirt say Roll Tide? No, it does not. It says headquarters. This is HHC 4th PSYOP Group. PSYOP. 4th PSYOP Group. Words conquer. PSYOP. PSYOPs. 4th PSYOP Group. I'm wearing my PSYOP stuff. PSYOPs. It's the PSYOPs. It's got the PSYOPs. It does not say Roll Tide. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday Eve, and I hope you guys are, had a good week. Real quick, I got some DMs, and normally we only wait for stuff in the inbox and it gets posted and all that. But someone asked if I could post or I could discuss this in the DMs, and this is about the Army's parental leave guidance. Now, we all knew that supposedly when all this stuff was going to happen, that the psyops is die Spanky. Die Spanky is not here yet. She's still doing her stuff. She's still doing her stuff, man. So gotta give her patience, man. She's getting back in the swing of things. Can't wait for her to freaking come back. Cause man, me and her go back and forth on the phone. We shoot the shit. We talk about a lot of things, and we're like, man, I can't wait for you to get back. She's like, I'm gonna talk about this during the show, and you better come back. And there we go. At any rate, so there's an Army directive that came out. It was the Army leave policy discussing how many days you're authorized to take when you are when you have child, when you have children's, right? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that we kind of saw it, and this was Spanky saying this too. She said she called it. Spanky called this. Spanky said, "You watch. There will be some leaders that will shit talk the ALLER Act, saying that it expired for the ponytails, and there will be some drama when it comes to the parental leave guidance." And I'm gonna say, my girl, what's up, Spanky? I see you in the chats. She was right. Spanky was on 100%. 100%. She was 100% correct on the drama that's happening with the Army's parental leave guidance. I didn't think, I was like, nah, come on, man. We're about ready to finish up. We're finishing up Infinity War, Spanky. There's nothing going on. What leaders would absolutely destroy this parental leave guidance of 12 weeks, right? And I'm thinking, there's no way. I have, and here we've got me German accents going. I have faith. I have faith, right? Spanky goes, okay, watch, you'll see. In the Spanky finger pointing, watch, we'll see. Well, sure as shit. It's happening now. It's still, it seems like every time there seems to be something that is more important than, I don't know, a JRTC rotation or a CTC rotation, that soldiers are pulled off of their freaking leave, of their parental leave, or talked about, discussed about, and talked out of from their chain of command. So I had a DM sent to me, and like I said, normally some of the stuff I normally don't post. I mean, it's got to go to the inbox at US Army WTF Moments first. But I was asked to do this outside of the inbox, and I'm like, okay, sure, I don't mind discussing it. I guess some people have been saying, hey, make sure if you want to get this on air or whatever, you want to get this highlighted, we can talk about it. So my husband's unit told him not to take his full 12 weeks and only to take 3 weeks and then come back to work. And later he'll be able to take the rest of his leave. Now his commander and XO are telling him that he won't be able to get the rest of his 9 weeks because they need him. Oh, disclaimer. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. My bad. Hang on.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
These don't say that. Please, Joe. So, shots. I'm working on a project with Baby Ice and Cause, and they're both going to be doing that back and forth, and it's so freaking hilarious to hear the little guy say shots. So it's hilarious. Anyways, now his commander and XO are telling him that he won't be able to get the rest of his 9 weeks because they need him. Now, why? What is it that an Army directive or an Army policy that has come out? People first, yada, 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 hashtag people first, this is my squad, yada, yada, yada. How is it that we fuck this up? How is this that we're fucking this up? It's to the point to now where it's just like, it's almost like what me and Spanky talked about again about the COVID stuff, or when it came to the ACFT. Leaders leaders don't want to listen to fucking, I don't know, the Secretary of the Army, the Chief of Staff of the Army when guidance gets pushed out. God, I was gonna call some names, but I didn't want to drop. That's why that was a slip. Yeah, you can have 9 whole weeks, but it will be prorated. Yeah, people first, exactly. Again, the directive said specifically 12 weeks, right? And it's asked of the soldier. Now, here's a bunch of scenarios that have been kicked up my way when I was asking about this. And the individual understandably is like, hey, I don't want to get fucking, I don't want to get in trouble. Man, you're not going to get in trouble. This is something that's given to you. We cry about what's going on with military recruitment. We cry about retention, yada, yada. It's staring you in the face, Sorens. It is staring you in the face. If you can't do without that soldier for 12 weeks, there's an issue. We fell out. I mean, when we have, this may sound kind of fucked up, but we have replacements that come in when someone's KIA or WIA, right? Or when someone PCSs, right? We have systems in place to do this, to fix this. Yeah, SecDef. What exactly that, Patrick? What kind of who's a SecDef? Who cares? Or who's the Secretary of the Army? Who's she? Who cares, right? It's staring us right in front of your face. That's a lot of things that some of the leaders don't want to admit. They don't want to look in the mirror. They don't want to see that standing right in front of them, their decisions are the ones that are detriment to the force. I am still, and I get a lot of shit from other leaders or other veteran advocates. Are you sure? Blah, blah, blah. That's kind of like callous to say. I still believe that the current environment of how we treat our soldiers when they get out, i.e. retirement, transition service, which is none of your fucking business, by the way. If you're having a soldier getting out and you say, well, he doesn't need that shit or she doesn't need that stuff, it's not your fucking concern. They're the individuals that are getting out. Not you. You're the one that's staying in, right? Lifer, right? Isn't that what you're doing? So if a soldier's getting out and you're preventing that individual from seeking transition services, you are part and parcel and part of the veteran homelessness problem. It's you. You're the one. There's been some details that have been coming out about the Third ID headquarters incident, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. That got me kind of thinking. What is stopping us? What is so bad about retention? Because usually, like I said, my husband, okay, this individual saying my husband, right? My husband is this. My husband is that. That spouse is going to remember is going to remember that story. That story is going to be taken into their future together. And they're going to tell a story to their family members. How come you didn't take all your leave that you were authorized and entitled to? Because they said they needed them. Why didn't you take all that leave instead you got sent to JRTC? Because they needed them. Even though, families nowadays aren't stupid. They're going to say, well, didn't the Army just come out with this big parental leave guidance that you could have all this time of leave and all that? We don't have Infinity War anymore. So what's so important? What's the big deal? Recruiter Time says, if they can't do it without you, that's a leadership problem. That's right. That's a you problem, leaders. Sorrents. We'll manage. Yeah, they'll manage. I mean, soldier leaders will manage. There'll be no issues and all that stuff. And there you go. However, convincing a soldier and talking to that soldier, saying, hey, look, you should maybe not take all this time. You can come back and take it. Yeah, okay, sure. If there is a constant in the Army, is that your recruiter will lie to you? Sometimes. Sometimes they'll get some stuff. And I only say that as the Joe E4 Mafia, because a recruiter will only lie to you if you have expectations that are not. If you have unrealistic expectations, then you're going to think the recruiter lied to you, right? Maybe why isn't Gen Z joining? Maybe because they saw how their friends were treated, or your parents and friends were exactly that, Spanky. That's exactly it. The same leader who, exactly that, Recruiter Times, bet that is the same leader to talk shit about all the advantage of those programs when they ETS or retire. Again, it's not your place. We were about ready to expose the story of a leader who was going to be sending their soldiers to JRTC or NTC when they were when they were going to retire, and at the end of the year, and they were going to send them in the middle of the summer. And I think because they were aware that was going to happen, then at no point during my service did my unit ever broken down because I wasn't there. Just saying, exactly that. The Army's a big bucket. It's full of water, and you go in there and stick your fist in there and make a bunch of noise and splashes all that. But when you pull your fist out, guess what? The Army's still there as a bucket of water. Parents, friends, millennials, older siblings, younger siblings, cousins, uncles, aunts are going to see this. Well, wait a minute. I thought the Army was going through a revolutionary process of this parental leave guidance that was going to put us on par with the civilian market. That was going to put us on this. Now, again, I'm not blaming HQDA for any of this stuff. They put the guidance out. The onus is on the leaders, the sergeants. I should say maybe the junior grade commanders or company grade commanders or brigade commanders. They won't be able to get the rest of the 9 weeks because they need him. That's what stuck me the most. They won't be able to give him the rest of his 9 weeks because they need him. Maybe they were taught that they don't have to work for it anymore. They're good. All right, go back to lurking, Spanky. I appreciate it. I was only bringing it up because of the "I told you so" stuff that you were saying, and you're right. The Air Force gets their 12 weeks. Why? Because the Air Force is the Air Force. It almost seems like the jokes now is that anything about the Army is what people, and it's hard. I hate telling stories like this. I hate this. But this is happening. These are your soldiers. These are the ones that are being told this stuff, and this is their spouses telling me or telling others that I need help because they have nowhere to go. The leadership disobeying the SecDef the Sec Army's guidance. Yeah. Call your senator. Bet Space Force. Yeah, Space Force gets their 12. Man, Space Force has been, dude, their initiatives program. Holy crap. For some of the guys coming in. Now, of course, if you wanted to transfer from the Army to the Space Force, the Army's already, and that's another thing too. We have Space Force WTF moments. You guys know that, right? We have U.S. Space Force WTF moments, which they're part of the WTF Nation team, and they are They are admins that work in or around or contracted or GS or active in the United States Space Force. And they tell me a lot of the drama that the Army gives them when they're trying to have soldiers, every time they open up what they call an IST, an inter-service transfer. That every time that it happens, that the Army is the one that's freaking out because they have such a huge freaking, a huge swath of the force. Name it. And the Army goes, no, can't have it. No, you can't have that officer. No, you can't have that NCO. To the point where this is what's happening now. Soldiers are getting out, going into the Guard or Reserve for the Air Force to go to the Space Force and then go active duty in the Space Force. When instead, the Army could just go ahead and approve that inter-service transfer, or IST, and let that soldier go and be a guardian, or Master Chief, Super Chief, or whatever, the Halo thing. I'm sorry, or Stormtrooper. What do you want to call it? Whatever spacism you got, or a red shirt. Yeah, exactly. The Army is literally doing that to themselves. So I'm not surprised when I see something like this. Again, it's the Army that's passing these great initiatives. The Army is passing these outside, like looking at it on the outside, and I saw all this stuff that's happening. Fucking hey, dude, you get 12 weeks of fucking parental leave, and your wife is postpartum, and then you get all this stuff, and then there's no wars going on. Oh, I can go to school, and I could do this, and I could do that. As soon as you join up, no, I don't think so. Well, I'm tired of this shit. Can I go to the Space Force? No. But I have everything that I want to. The Army, the Space Force has a skill set for me. No, don't do it. Then okay, then I'm getting out. That individual gets out, goes reserve or guard in the Air Force, then it goes active duty, and then applies active duty for the Space Force. It should not be like this. The way I see it, if a soldier wants to leave one service to go to another, the way I see it, they're serving. They're still in, right? They're still pulling their fair share. They're still pulling the 0.45% of our nation's population to serve. So what's wrong with that? I just don't understand this. I really don't. I don't get how something like this that I see is it's almost like they're breaching the contract. That's a good idea. You know how Congress like said we need a contract with America. Why don't leadership have a contract with the soldiers? How about that? There we go. Follow me for more marketing advice. Why can't we do that? Why can't we have a contract with the troops? A troop contract or something. I'm sure there's some PAOs that are going to take whatever I'm saying right now and take credit for it after they, say, monkey around with the name and title. But why won't we do that? Why don't we have a contract with the troops? I know there's some leaders out there that are legit when they pull out their command philosophy and their commander's guidance and with their leadership philosophy, blah, blah. Some of them are actually doing what they say they're doing when they print out, hey, I'm welcoming you as your commander, and I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that, and here's the initiatives that I see, and here's what's going to happen, blah, 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 blah. As a matter of fact, we've had them for Feel Good Friday, or we've given them some shout-outs before. So how is it that we don't do that? Why don't we have a contract with the soldiers? Contract with the troops? I knew you were going to say, Mike, are you a PAO? Because that sounds like something a PAO say. Your contract is your enlistment agreement. Yeah. Well, there was some. Okay. Then let's play devil's advocate. Then you should be when you signed up. These are the entitlements that you were told you were going to get. Kaz says, is this treatment of the troops pervasive? No, but there are so small bullshit actions by bad leadership. It seems to be pervasive. Exactly that. The ACFT rollout and that drama. Are we going back to the APFT or the ACFT now? The mold in the barracks. Exactly that. We've known for fucking years, and all of a sudden we're like, oh no, Fort Liberty has mold in the barracks, even though we've had years of documented cases. And all you have to do is go into U.S. Army WTF Moments on the Facebook page. On the search, hit mold. You're going to see a decade of it. Probably going to see more than that. The parental leave stuff. It does add up to a monster. Well said. That's what I'm talking about, Cause. Throwing out the $20 word sayings there. It adds up. It becomes a monster with 5 heads. And they all want to be in charge, those 5 heads. But people will get mad at you if you talk about it. They think you're slandering the Army, but you're not. You're highlighting an issue that is affecting the soldiers. It's not bad-mouthing the Army. Now, it's not bad-mouthing the Army if you don't hold anybody accountable to it. How about USAREC quit kicking recruiters to the curb and training what they have? Instead, they kick them back to the line out or tap on the force, putting an additional strain in the Army. Yeah, we talked about this stuff too. Back when Sergeant Major of the Army, Dan Daly, talked about when he was going to put, if you didn't deploy, you're out. You're gone. And then I kind of got the ass and said, well, why don't we just have a freaking... Why don't we just let our veterans or like our retirees become recruiters? Like that, like on Starship Troopers, where you saw that guy with no legs sitting in the chair. The mobile infantry made me the man I am today. And he turns around and you see him, with no legs. Well, I mean, someone said that's a bad message to send, especially if they're wounded warriors or messed up. Not if you say, hey, you know what? I got injured or wounded in combat, but the Army took care of me. Don't worry, you'll be okay. We have things in place. We have a contract with our soldiers, right? The enlistment contract, that these entitlements will happen. Look how good I was taken care of. And now the Army has made me a veteran recruiter to supplement the force, to assist the force in all that, right? Don't you think that'd be a good idea? Wounded warriors, medically retired, whatever, retired, whatever, and let them run it. Let them run a recruiting. That needs to be a test. USAREC, grab a bunch of retirees, put them in a recruiting station, and see what happens. And have them compete with active duty soldier recruiting stations and see what happens. No comment. I thought the mold in the Bragg show was an organic blackboard. All the guys that were at Fort Liberty, also known as Bragg, you guys are all throwing your stories in the comments. I saw that, man. That's nuts. So again, it's the simple stuff. It's not always happening like that, but it's happening. You got soldiers that are saying, hey, look, why did your uncle get out of the Army? Because they said they were going to give him 12 weeks of parental guidance and all this other stuff. And then parental leave, and they said that, and then they didn't happen. And then when they said it wasn't going to happen because they said they needed him. Well, fuck, everybody needs everybody. Josiah, beg of liberty. back. I don't get it. I really don't. Name names and stuff like that. Go for it. Name names, but you know what ends up happening is leaders end up retaliating against those soldiers that just asked the fucking question. Why can't I have this happen? Or they'll call their spouses or they'll call the soldiers to tell their spouses to shut up. We got receipts. If it's something that we say we owe to the soldiers, and Army leadership, again, with their initiatives that they've passed, which are outstanding initiatives, and the leaders down at the level aren't fucking following it, there's a disconnect. There's a bridge, there's a gap somewhere that either we just need to start doing, like I said last couple shows back, the Navy, lack of confidence, bam, you're relieved. Wow, did you hear about that? Captain so-and-so or Lieutenant Colonel so-and-so only served just like not even 6 months? Well, because you know what? Bam. Same thing with evals. Same thing with evaluations and awards. Have that. Hey, we're Infinity War is over now. It's time to, and we're saying we're more metric based, yada, yada, yada. Well, then let's go ahead and let's add those metrics. Failed to have all of his soldiers' awards written in time. Did not approve certain evaluations on EES. Failed to provide guidance to soldiers and constantly canceled their parental leave. In violation of. Why don't people use the article that protects you from the commander's retaliation? It does not work. Or doesn't it work? I don't know. Does it? Which article are you talking about? I think. Yeah, there's a staff sergeant out there online that posted. I don't know if it was a troll or not. Is that specifically about friggin' no NCR? How the hell do you become a staff sergeant? No NCR. Are you talking about the Article 138, Pip? Is that what you're talking about? Which is opening up you as a soldier opening up an inquiry on your own command? Is that what you're talking about? And Article 138 is a grievance procedure, according to the Uniform Code of Military Justice, or summary of courts martial. Article 138. It's a complaint grievance procedure for soldiers to redress alleged wrongdoings by their commanding officer. Do you think Article 138 should be done like how the IG complaint is? Because our IG system's already fucking weaponized it as it is, and it's to the point to where now it's just there's a real career killer on Article 138. Yeah, exactly that. File that shit. But I don't know how much it protects it, because then of course if you bring it up, then that's what it is. You're petitioning to a superior you're petitioning to that individual's superior. So Article 132. Oh, I see what you're saying. Article 132. Man, it's been a minute since I've been hanging out in the UCMJ a little bit. In the world of UCMJs, which is part of the Constitution that deals with the appellate jurisdiction, blah, blah, blah. Article 132 of the UCMJ. Let's see. Let's look. Oh, I didn't want to do Chat GPT. What the hell am I doing? There was a post. There was a post. Okay, there we go. I spoke into the mic, and Chat GPT went to work. Stop responding, AI. You're scaring me. Article 132 of the Uniform Code of Military is titled Retaliation. And it states that any person subject to this chapter with the intent to retaliate against a person for reporting or planning to report a criminal offense. I guess it would. I mean, that right there, it says it right there in black and white. So an Article 138 is any member of the armed forces who believes himself or herself wronged by his or her commanding officer on who, upon due application to that commanding officer, is refused redress, may complain to any superior commissioned officer, who shall forward the complaint to the officer exercising general court-martial jurisdiction over the officer against whom it is made. So if it's your battalion commander, it'll probably be a brigade commander looking at it. The officer exercising general court-martial jurisdiction shall examine into the complaint and take proper measures for redressing the wrong complaint, and he, she, or she, as soon as possible, and send to the secretary concerned or a true statement of the complaint. So, working on my barracks lawyer. Welcome to WTF Nation Radio's Barracks Law segment. I mean, we have a... So... You know, I don't know. I don't know what the case precedence is of that, to know if anybody has used that or won. I do know that there was an Article 138 hearing back in the day. I think somebody did win, but it ended up like destroying the entire chain of command. It ended up going from a 138 to an article, whatever the investigation was, to where the whole chain of command was fucked up. And so in a way they kind of won, but it wasn't really on that. In other words, it highlighted something that was happening to the soldier, and then the soldier... That investigation. Yeah, exactly. I need a judge to give me a call. Hey, judge, if you're listening, give us a call. Another deal. Remember that one time he called up, man? Woo, he was on fire that one day. Oh, just fast tracks all with an IG complaint, or call your congressman or congressperson. Yeah. And pretty much this day, this seems like Army leadership doesn't want to listen to the Secretary of the Army or the Chief of Staff of the Army, so just go straight to your congressman. Is that what you're saying, Cons? It seems like it. It seems like that's what soldiers have to do now, because down at that lower level, it seems like it's broken, the chain of command, as far as doing some stuff like that. So again, I kind of, I don't know, it's just fucking frustrating, dude. And then someone ends up shoveling shit somewhere outside El Paso. You mean Juarez? So yeah, that to me is kind of like, ugh. So again, I just thought I'd bring that up to start this, just because it was, you know, to me, I think it's a hot issue. Yeah, Brian, kind of broken. Exactly. I was being a little gratuitous there. I didn't want to sit there and totally destroy the. I didn't want to, you know, totally. Again, we're all Army cheerleaders. I mean, at the WTF Nation, we're not here to fucking bring down the Army. We're here to highlight stuff and, you know, make sure our vets are taken care of, and, you know, highlight some issues and talk about the news in the Army that everybody knows should or should not be happening. And that's it. We're not here to say, fuck the Army, blah, 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 you know. But yeah, I can see everybody's reaction there. Oof, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch nerve. There was an opinion piece that was written on the Wall Street Journal. They're talking about how military recruiting crisis and Gen Z. And something that Spanky brought up too as well is that the kids are seeing how their uncles' parents are being treated. Yeah, remember, think about this. I mean, you got a kid right now, and you're still in, and their kids going to school, and they're seeing all the drama that's happening. And then they see yours truly talking about it on U.S. Army WTF Moments or WTF Nation Radio. And then what? Is it my fault for talking about it? Is there a reason why? There's some individuals that actually think that that's part of it. Social media should not be, whatever, should not be used when highlighting this discussion. I'm just going to paraphrase a couple of paragraphs in here from the Wall Street Journal that they said more concerning is the lack of technical talent that America is producing compared to China and Russia. We should be most concerned with the percentage of students who are proficient in math, science, and cybersecurity. The best way to address this is spend more time on ROTC programs, which produce a technical talent and military level discipline. Somebody said this from Pennsylvania State University. I wish I had known that when I began college that more effort would be put in advertising it. The America spends more on its military than the next 10 highest spending countries combined, and there's no reason why we can't make a serious effort to expand like these that work. That's okay. Lost financial incentives is somebody else talking about from the University of California, Berkeley, economics. The decision to enlist is also influenced by public sentiment, especially among the Gen Z, the target demographic for recruiters. I've heard countless times. Now, mind you, I'm just reading what this University of California, Berkeley. I heard countless times that enlisting in the military is a trap. This is what academia, this is what the professors are saying, that those can fall behind earnings curve compared to with certain college degrees. With the loss of old-fashioned American patriotism, meager financial incentives, it's no wonder Gen Z isn't interested in the military. Pip, fuck them college kids. Hey man, come on, we're trying to get them joined. The Gen Z blindness problem. And there's another quote here from Southern University, Communications and Mass Media. To Gen Z, the idea of serving our country means working as an activist, spearheading campaigns and file verbal warning shot at anybody who dares to disagree. The generation is blinded by rose-colored glasses, refusing to accept reality until it's too late. We must pull our heads out of our smartphones and examine such necessary changes as depolarizing politics and instilling national pride. I like that. If needed, I would volunteer to protect my country. Americans take freedom for granted and assume that it would be always protected. If we don't teach this generation that their freedom can be taken away, the country is in jeopardy. Southeastern University Communication Mass Media. Most leaders don't like it if it wasn't their idea and they want the smartest people in the room. Yet they want the smartest people in the room. Oh, tell me about it, man. A lot of egos and shit. When you start talking to recruiters, especially when you start talking to USAREC, the guys who make the guys and gals that do the sausage making, not the commanders, not the CSM. I'm talking about the ones that, boy, they really don't like that. It's almost like competing for a suitor, like you're a suitor for getting the same woman or something like that. And you got a bunch of, I mean, I don't want to fucking play it down that much, but god damn, dude. Politization's everything. And this is from Florida Atlantic University. Finance. According to the Reagan National Defense Study, 62% of Americans believe military leadership has become overly politicized and decreased their confidence in the armed forces. Do you think they're politicized? Do you think they're over-politicized? To combat this, the military must rescind its political posturing and affirm its core values, protecting American freedoms and not designing them. And almost 60% say it's due to the lack of presidential competence. Just from some Wall Street Journal saying this. I'm not fucking saying this. If the U.S. instills discipline, excellence, and provides an abundance of opportunities in social politics, young people will begin to join again. The military shouldn't be brought under political scrutiny. The Americans would do well to remember the Marine Corps model. Semper Fidelis. Always faithful to each other, our country, and the battles ahead. Well, now I'm going to tell you how it really is like. When you have individuals that are all over social media that are going after each other, going after veterans for what they've done or what they are doing, criticizing U.S. military units for the current actions that they're doing or not doing, who's in charge, yada, 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 and individuals that demand answers from our units because we didn't stay in our lane. We did not stay in our lane. Too quick to knee jerk to a lot of stuff that we're I don't want to say caving to pressure, but I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember this. I don't remember this being politicized in the military until I got out and got a Twitter account. You're like, what the hell, dude? The military, the Marines don't have these kind of recruitment problems. Well, that's because the mindset of the Marines, the Marine Corps, I should say, is a tad different from how the Army does. Do I like to break balls of Marines? Of course. And who doesn't? Not everybody's a rifleman, even though they say they're riflemen. But they're probably better trained at basic rifle marksmanship than us. Unless you go to another organization that is always at the range, or not just flat ranges, but other ranges. We got ourselves in this mess by jumping into politics as a military, and we were baited by the trolls to respond to it. So if there's a media pundit that likes to say anything good or bad about the military, then we get defensive. Even when it's good shit, even when we're talking about the good stuff, we have risk-averse leaders that get defensive about somebody highlighting something, because then somebody within the chain of command, or because they're falling to the trap of the masses, will say, well, that's because they're doing this because it's woke, or they're doing this because it's some political shit, or they're doing this because of whatever. I don't think we should have done it. Honestly, I think we should have just kept our fucking mouth shut, and collectively been, when a reporter asks, hey, what about this or what about that? We just said, oh, well, this, and this, because they'll put it on record, and blah, 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 and we appreciate everything we've done, or blah, blah, blah. There we go. Why didn't the Army do this? Well, we are currently fighting. And the thing is, a lot of it is not getting ahead of it. I shouldn't say getting ahead. It's the silence that gets all the fucking conspiracy theorists going off on everything, on discussing everything. Oh, they're not saying anything because they must know, or they must be hiding something. They're not. Even though that the military has its own processes to handle investigations, to discuss or whatever. But the public now is too polarized to not accept that anymore. Don't worry, at least the Army has a leader. The Marines still don't have a commandant. Ooh, damn, spicy. Are we gonna blame Tuberville for that? They got a new Sergeant Major though. Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Sergeant Major of the Army. Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Ruiz. He's in the seat. But you're right. We and slowly, man, all these staffs. Now everyone says it's not a big deal. It's not. Yeah, it's not affecting the junior force. It is. Personally, now out of spite, I hope. Okay, here's me saying about not getting into politics, but here I am. I hope that we never send Spacecom to Alabama because of this. Only because I like to drive through Petty Town. I would just say like that. Me being petty like that, I hope it never goes. I hope everybody in space, the space stuff, avoids as a matter of fact, anything that happens now in space for SpaceX or whatever should either go to Cape Canaveral, Florida, should go to Stennis Space Center, or in Texas. That's it. I'd be so petty on that stuff. I'm glad all the space assets are staying where they're at, not going to Alabama. I think we already had a discussion of why I don't like that song anyways, Sweet Home Alabama. Let's play it out. But again, if you're not going to fulfill the obligations that we have had with our prospects, with the civilians coming in to serve our country, if you don't have that contract with the soldiers, I don't want to say contract with America, which is, again, the enlistment contract. We have an enlistment contract that obviously is being done. We told them that if they came into the Army, They'd get school, they'd get extra training, technical training, they'd get the parental leave, postpartum leave, promotions. This is happening. Don't worry, we're people first. This is my squad. NCOs take care of each other. Ain't happening. I heard someone say the Army is a branch, the Navy is a club, the Air Force is a corporation, and the Marine Corps is a cult. That's a good one. That is a good one. I heard someone say that the Army is a branch, the Navy is a club, the Air Force is a corporation, and the Marine Corps is a cult. Could not have said it better, Heath. Only if you have certain conditions. Now, again, don't get me, there's an expectation of joining the military that if something doesn't happen with policy or whatever, that's already been in this, I guess you'd say already whatever, then yeah. Yes, you have to go to work. Yes, you're expected to be at your place of duty at a specific time and in the correct uniform. You getting corrected or you getting hemmed up for it is not, I gotta call WTF moments or WTF, got the IG. Why are you calling the IG? Because it made me wear boots. You're supposed to wear boots. Everybody knows you're supposed to wear boots. Well, you know, people first. It goes both ways. Me and a friend were talking, saying he was like, what if there was not just toxic leaders, but toxic soldiers? Yeah. What about that? There is such thing as toxic soldiers. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a break and we'll talk about toxic soldiers. Specifically the one that, I don't know, went to Korea. His man, I'll if unsatisfied with the path your recruiter said, you get to play Rochambeau and let them go first. We're going to talk about the toxic soldier portion of this discussion, because I know a lot of people are like, toxic leadership. Again, it's not always toxic leadership, but like I said, me and a friend were talking about this, and he was saying, what about, we never consider the toxic soldier. So going to take a break and be right back. So refill your glasses, take a smoke break, hit the head if you got to, or hit the latrine, and we'll be right back. Shouts.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
If that's really a thing, and I get authorized to do it once, it's pretty much going to be me sitting there talking shit, like, constantly.
Nothing feels the same. Left it all so bad? Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Why you keep it in your head? Is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. I'll see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you needed now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, you.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
Sharkies, coming up on the stage right now, Cinnamon. Let's hear for Cinnamon from Raleigh, North Carolina. Oh, sorry. Oh, wrong show. And we're back. Last half of Sergeant's time. We ain't got no guests, so we're just going to shoot the shit. You guys for tuning in, that you're hanging out here and staying with us already. The last point that I left off with was, is it just toxic leaders, or do we also have toxic soldiers? Yeah, Sharkies, man. Man, some memories, man. Oh, Shark. Especially when you're talking. Oh man, talking about cinnamon and Sharkies. Oh man. Woo woo woo.
Such love, such joy, such ecstasy. So much pleasure in my mouth.
Anyways. So, yeah, we were talking about toxic soldiers now. It's not always toxic leadership, but what if it's toxic soldiers? Now, we're talking about that kid who bolted across the border into North Korea and had a vehicle waiting there for him. So I think he was probably up to some shady ass shit. If you're already calling the fucking North Koreans and you got a ride to bolt from the area, then yeah. So this is a story that was updated yesterday. I mean, I don't know if the Smoke Pig talked about it. Yeah, both. It's unchallenged shitbag soldiers that always turn into toxic leaders. So they're morphing. Yeah, good question. Good point. So North Korea on yesterday, they had confirmation that it detained a U.S. soldier who bolted across the country. I don't say detained, man. He fucking ran into their arms. Let him keep him. Exactly that. One expert called the announcement 100% North Korean propaganda. Well, no shit. That the reason why is that he was mistreated. That the state media is attributing statements to the Army private that criticized the United States. And he said he was mistreated. There was of course, no immediate verification that Private Travis King made any comments to his home country. Who had served in North Korea, sprinted in North Korea on a civilian tour of a border village on July 18th. Became the first American to be detained in North Korea. I don't buy this detained shit. I don't buy it at all. Exactly that cause. It took him 10 days to release a statement. I think he wrote the statement for him. Official Korean Central News Agency citing an investigation said King told them he decided to enter North Korea because he harbored ill feelings against the inhumane treatment and racial discrimination within the U.S. Army. The report said King also expressed his willingness to seek refuge in North Korea or a third country, saying he was disillusioned at the unequal American society. That right there is fucking propaganda right there, too. KCNA is the official voice of Kim Jong-un's government. We've yet to be banned there yet. I know Belarus and Russia, they banned us, but Lithuania, Poland, all the other countries are allowing. Ukraine, we're hot and heavy in Ukraine. Get a lot of comments. So yeah, they had it written sooner, but the damn North Korean dial-up internet finally sent it. Exactly, they had to send it via fax. That's because North Korea blocks ChatGPT. No, I'll be honest with you. I bet you there's a certain portion of North Korean society, high society, to include the government officials that have access to the internet. They have total and complete access to the internet. The guy was probably sitting there writing their talking points. What else should we say? Tell them that I'm being mistreated. Okay, tell them he's mistreated, and tell them that I'm pissed off about the justice. Okay, pissed off at justice and all that. The report said that North Korea's investigation into King's illegal entry would continue, and verifying the authenticity of the comments attributed to King in North Korea's state media is impossible. So, what's happening next? What are we doing next? U.S., South Korea, and others have accused North Korea of using foreign detainees in the past to wrest diplomatic concessions. Some foreign detainees have set out to release the declarations of guilt in North Korean custody were made under coercion. The U.S. Defense Department official, speaking on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of the matter, said they had no way to verify North Korea's claims about King. The official said the Pentagon was working through all available channels to bring King back to the U.S. How much you want to bet you're going to see him fucking hanging out with Kim Jong-un, shooting the shit and stuff like that? Do we need to send Dennis Rodman over to bring him back? Of course, everyone's saying, and I agree, that this is 100% North Korean propaganda in its element. King, as an American citizen held in North Korea, has no sway in how North Korea chooses to cast its narrative. But I bet you he had help. I bet you he helped them. As for King's release, his fate rests in North Korea's hand. Man, this guy fucking ran over there. He ran across the fucking border, laughing and giggling, and jumped into a van that was waiting for him. Okay, so how is detained? Willingly? Sounds like a fucking traitor to me. Defector, traitor. Go ahead and throw the words out there. I don't care. Tae Young-oh, who was a minister of the North Korean embassy in London before his defection in 2016, speculated that North Korea might release King eventually because he didn't immediately express his intention to accept King as a refugee in the North and spoke on a third country resettlement. So, yeah, he was actually laughing. That's what the reports say. God said it was everyone saying he was laughing. Ha ha, gotcha bitch, or some shit like that. I mean, he didn't say gotcha bitch, but he was laughing. Everyone was like, he was running over like, ha ha. And ran into a waiting van. That's the thing that gets me. So that means this little shit was communicating with North Korean foreign intel guys or gals. What's going to be traded for him? Do we really want to trade him? If he announcing, again, I'm telling you what, we're not going to hear. We're not going to hear the end of this. This is not the end of the story yet. So we were talking about toxic soldiers. There's a screenshot that's being passed around of what he got busted for. Yeah, scan of spam. There is a screenshot of what he got busted for, or why he was in jail. He was not the stellar soldier. This is something that we didn't really know until just recently. Just like, I don't know, a couple days ago. He'll come back and run for Senate as a Democrat. No, because you can't be talking about Biden. You can't be talking about Biden because then people get upset. You can't even criticize anything. So, attempted murder, aggravated assault committed by battery, assault on a peace officer, wrongful damage to government property, wrongful damage to local government property, resisting apprehension, reckless endangerment, disobeying a command-directed order, and escape from custody. What mistreatment am I seeing here? If you're not going to accept responsibility for your actions and then throw out the card that you're being mistreated, then you're being mistreated. Right? Right. So those charges right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 articles of the UCMJ that he violated. So again, do we have toxic leaders and toxic soldiers too? Or is it just toxic leaders and the soldiers are just, they're innocent in all this? Again, I'm not beating up on Joes. There's some Joes out there that are working hard and doing the right thing. Being where they're supposed to be at, in the right place, in the right uniform, at the right time, yada, yada, yada. He's gonna run for president with Manny, Bradley Manny. Wait, can we say that now, or is it? Yeah, what is it? Yeah, exactly. I wonder what Unity came from. Noticing a spate of intel individuals. A lot of intel people like to freaking do all the high crimes and traitors, and selling secrets to other countries and stuff like that. But is his MedPros green still? That's probably why he didn't think it. Nobody thought about it, because his MedPros was good. He's got good MedPros, right? Incredible, man. Incredible. There's a story here that I just wanted to highlight. There's only one cure for that, traitor. Exactly that. I consider him a traitor too. A deserter, traitor. What do you want to call it? He could have just gone out of the army and just peacefully ETS'd. I guess he was supposed to fly to El Paso. One soldier dead, another hospitalized amid an outdoor fitness test in the Mississippi heat wave. The death of a soldier and the hospitalization of another at Camp Shelby may have been caused by a combination of hot weather and the service's fitness test, as record-breaking heat waves torch much of the U.S. a junior enlisted soldier with the Illinois National Guard, died Friday at the base right after completing the ACFT. Nathaniel Jefferson collapsed. He was 38 years old. After finishing the 2-mile run as part of the 6th event, he was pronounced dead at a local hospital. The cause of death is unclear. I'm gonna say it was probably the fucking heat, and it's probably the fact that being guardsmen, they don't do PT every day. They don't like train, so, and some of them probably have different civilian jobs and stuff like that. So he was probably in moderate shape and completed the ACFT. Was doing the ACFT and wasn't used to the heat stress. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but no, I could say that. How many NCOs out there are saying they're epidemiologists and virologists and throwing all their Rona takes? So I could say that, right? I bet he pulls a bird dog defense. He went for a walk and got detained. Nah, I don't care. Article 15 and then dishonorable if he wanted to get would have been better. Yeah, I'm about to say he was already being transported out. I think he wanted to stay in Korea just to hang out and not go back home. It's only 108 down here and I'm 20 miles away. Yeah, so it's like it's hot. So prayers to the family. This fucking sucks. Article 15 better, blah, blah, blah. He'll cuddle that more than 6 years. You guys in the comments are killing me. Okay, so let's talk about. So we talked about that. That there's a story that came out that made us all laugh. Kind of, army wide, or military wide, because there was an article at C4ISRnet that talked about tens of thousands of people are using personal mobile devices such as cell phones or tablet computers to connect to guarded Army networks and conduct official business. No shit. 20,000 users have been approved for the service's Bring Your Own Device initiative after more than a year of brainstorming, piloting, and cybersecurity checks. I mean, we've kind of like made leaders use their cell phones for shit anyways, right? I mean, did you guys get issue a military phone to conduct your leader business? Did you guys have that happen? I don't think so. He fell in love with a juicy girl and didn't want to go back to the USA. She was North Korean. Ooh, that's a yeah. She could have been a North Korean spy. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, because how would they have connected the van? Ooh, yeah, so he probably doesn't care about the dishonor he laid at the feet of his family. Yep, exactly that. So to embrace the BYOD, which is the Bring Your Own Device, the Army likes these freaking acronyms, comes as the Army pursues ubiquitous connectivity on and off the battlefield. So yeah, we're saying that people use their personal devices to conduct military business. I think since cell phones came out, personal possessions can pose information security risks. Wearable tech like smartwatches often prohibited in sensitive, or you could be like, what was it, the Fort Bragg PAO? When that chick on OnlyFans was freaking talking about her OnlyFans, and then a PAO from Fort Bragg forgot to switch his account to his personal account and went after her and posted some comments under the Bragg moniker. In a typical state, all of our guardsmen, unfortunately, do not have government-furnished devices such as mobile cell phone pads, mobile cell phones, iPads. I don't think we'll be going back to everyone in the office, but I think this is the future, how we're going to operate. I kind of like, no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him, Pip. It wasn't Joe Pacino that did that. I think it's funny how the Army, it's like, when you see people on TikTok and they do this life hack. I was this old when I realized when it actually isn't a life hack. People outside of the internet who've actually lived in times without the web have had that, have done things. Gen X, we've done shit. We've done things. It's not a life hack when you discover it on TikTok years later. The same thing with the Army. Oh, well, we have thousands of people using their personal cell phones to conduct business. What the fuck were you? No shit, we all know that. Joe Pacino we'll get to the Joe Pacino story in a couple of weeks once he's cleared to talking. It's part 2 is going to be it's going to be spicy. It will always be Bragg. Thanks for using the real name. Was that a Freudian slip? Fort Bragg? Back in Bragg. Was it? Was it a Freudian slip? Didn't. No. Sorry. It's hard. It's hard when you've been saying it for all this time. Talking about Fort Bragg. Everybody knows Fort Bragg, right? Life hack. Sergeant Major's rage if you like. That's what I'm saying. People are acting like in the defense. Oh, we have people using their personal cell phones for conducting their business? Oh, no. They want to slam people for using Gmail for work, but the Army workspace for soldiers is using Gmail. Oh, man. They wouldn't be exactly that, dude. No way. Yeah, exactly that. No, we are. The troops email, it's a Gmail Google / workspace. It's Gmail. So I'm like, oh, we're giving China all your information. No, well, the military is giving soldiers, yeah, that access. So what was the one of the stores? Okay. Hawaii. You guys see the Maui Fires? I know Friday Night Freedom tomorrow is going to talk about this too, because there's some other events that have happened. I know this has nothing to do with Sergeant's time, but the story of affecting soldiers, it does. So it's like, shouldn't be people on the hub while playing a record? Good to know exactly that. So this is a witness account from a U.S. soldier. A witness account from a U.S. soldier. Was talking to a friend of mine today who grew up there, and he's giving me details on how the wind came up so fast and spread fast enough, people couldn't outrun it. There were bodies literally laying in their front yards, burnt beyond recognition. That's fucking nuts, dude. That is nuts. Like button, hit a stripper outside pose, yeah. So let me pull up I got some images. So this is right outside McNair Gate at Schofield Barracks. And this is these are taken from soldiers that said, hey, I asked about, hey, what's up with the fire shit? Let me show you. So this is right outside McNair Gate. Let me see if I got another better image of this. Heath says, all I'm saying is harm. It's because of a down power line. Better take this as a teachable moment, California. I think they're just as fucked up too anyways when it comes to their shit. That's just me, though. Again, this is from a soldier. This is from a soldier on scene in the fire. It's fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, if you guys, I get it. You guys want to take pictures and send it to the WTF Nation or talk to me about it and stuff. Be careful, man. Your life's not worth getting that good pic. Getting that good picture, it's just not worth it. There's another one here. Jesus. That's how close it was to post. There it is. That's fucking nuts, man. I couldn't imagine. Again, anytime Joe's, Sarns, troops. Anytime there's something like this happening, secure yourself in your safety, then take all the pictures you want. Don't put your life, limb, or eyesight trying to get that picture. Let's see, where's another one here? There's a couple of them here too. Yeah, here we go. Try not to put some. There we go. Here's another image right here. I don't want to put the kids per second there. There it goes right there. Oh, oops! I got baby eyes cussing at me. What'd you say? Baby Ice is pretty pissed off because he's not in here on the mic. Let's see. Everyone's saying it's an energy weapon, a directed energy weapon. Come on, guys, really? Do you really think it's an energy weapon? It ain't an energy weapon. Here's another scene from it. Now, mind you, now this is from Schofield Barracks. This is from troops on scene taking pictures of the fire, the event. Is there a Space Force base in Maui? Is that the same way I've been here? No, I don't think there is. Again, I'm trying to get all the good pictures for you guys in here. Yeah, I think that was it. Too many trees in one spot. Yeah, there you go. So that was outside McNair Gate at Schofield Barracks. So, wow, it's fucking insane. Again, guys, gals, be careful out there and shit when you're trying to capture the good image. Don't do it. Oh, Baby Ice is pissed. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. He's upset. So, Port Land Management. I will say that the director of FEMA, their emergency operations stuff, the head of emergency operations chief, decided not to turn on the siren. Didn't turn on the siren. There's also somebody who runs the water that says using water is bad or something like that. It's not aloha or whatever. I'll wait till Kaz and Poogie talk about it tomorrow for Friday Night Freedom because the story is pretty fucked up. It's not just poor land management. It's mismanagement of all levels. There's other reports that vehicles that were used, some of the lineman vehicles that were used, as soon as the fire started breaking, they left their vehicles there, causing a traffic jam that caused, I guess, the waterfront area to get just destroyed because nobody could fucking leave. Nobody could escape. And they turned, yeah. Oh, Kinda Point Space Force Satellite Tracking Station. Yeah, but I think, wasn't it already an Air Force or Navy tracking station or something like that? Is this the Hawaiian National? Where's the Hawaiian National Guard and all this? Oh, they're doing it. I mean, they're there. They're sending sending on the soldier. Hang on, let me see. Sneaks in the room to send a sign issue. What's up, Branko? Hang on, let me see. National Guard. That's a good question. Let's see. Let me see right quick what I got for National Guard for Hawaii. Is Hawaii part of FEMA? Hawaii is part of the United States there, Branko. Of course they would be applying to FEMA. Okay, so here's pictures of the Hawaii National Guard. And this is from the Army homepage, by the way. This is from the Army's Facebook page. So there are National Guard assets there. So there we go. That shit's fucking crazy. Look at that shit. Yeah, see, there's the FEMA dudes right there. So. And there's another one they were doing recovery operations. So, yeah, so they're arriving. They're there. They're showing up. So, there you go. I saw some TikTok saying the supplies are being withheld. Yes. Is protected from COVID and smoke. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm pretty sure, Kaz, that the smell there of bodies being there is part of the reason why they're wearing masks as well. Rotting bodies will tend to, you would want to mask up too. So, anywho. I think that's all I was going to talk about for that because it's a Friday fucking Eve, and it's time for fucking housekeeping. Did you guys check out the show last night with Jack Hill with the Smoke Pit? Good show. And then let's see. We got Friday Night Freedom tomorrow. Man, I'm going to put the graphic back up, man. Hey, my bad. There you go. Let me put the show graphic up there. There you go. So, Friday Night Freedom tomorrow with Cause and the Pooks out there doing their things. Shit movement is important when moving to Paycon. Yeah, exactly. So, yep, Friday Night Freedom is on a Friday. Saturday is a day off, of course. Sunday is the sports bar with Coach and the actual King Smith. Have you guys checked out the fantasy football stuff? If you go to their website or go to their Facebook page, you could see it. You could see all the DraftKings link up. And of course, I'm not in charge of the fantasy football stuff, and so there we go. That's the actual King Smith and the Coach. And then let's see what else we got. We have Monday edition with myself. And then we have Tuesday with Pop Culture Warrior on the 22nd. We have Ralph Tedesco as Zenoscope. And then, of course, the Smoke Pit back again with TC and Radar. And then, of course, moi. And Spanky might be coming, but she's getting soon. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. She's going to be, yes, Little Man is pissed. Little Man is pissed. He's like getting on my fucking nerves. Dallas all the way, we them boys. Exactly. Yeah. Who's your team? Well, I don't see Bacon in here. Baconator is the Chiefs fan. So thank you, very awesome looking soldier. Thank you for love you guys or whatever. Check out Ryan. Go Rangers. Awesome looking everybody. Awesome soldier. Thank you for service. Well, thank you, Tikim. Where are you calling from, Tikim? Where are you calling? Where are you capping from? Where are you capping from? Where are you busting caps at? Where are you chatting at us from? Check out Ryan Henderson. Go Rangers. That's right. Go Rangers. You only support the real New York team, not Pittsburgh. Yeah, okay, there you go. Why does Dallas have separate dressing rooms for their offense and defense? I don't know. It's a Dallas thing. Oh, you're from Vietnam. There you go. Okay. So we have listeners in Vietnam now. Man, we had, what was it? Last week we had Uganda, and then we had Ukraine. We had Poland, Lithuania. Now we got Vietnam in the chats. That's what I'm talking about. Global. I just want North Korea. I wonder if that private, if that defector, that traitor, I wonder if he's listening to U.S. Army WTF Moments. I wonder if he listens to WTF Nation Radio. Here's us shit talking. You're really awesome for being a fan. Appreciate it, Tikim. Thank you. We appreciate you. Make the audio. You are the content. You are the WTF Nation in Vietnam. I never thought I'd be able to say that. You are the WTF Nation in Vietnam. Well, I'm glad Vietnam allows you to listen to U.S. Army to WTF Moments and WTF Nation. That's awesome. We got listeners out in Vietnam. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. We are taking over the world. That's right, Cos. So, anyways, make sure you share, like, and follow all of our chats and pages and face group stuff. And yes, we know our website's all fucked up and servers fucking getting some issues. We know it. Got it. Oh, that's the yeah. What's up with the Raiders? Why are you shit talking the Raiders? But you can listen to us on YouTube at WTFNationRadio.com. You can listen to us on 2 Facebook pages at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. You can go on WTF Nation Radio's Twitter or X page. And you can listen to us there. No chat capability, but, got it, understand. But I can still see, we can still see you in there, and we can still see the followership. And then, of course, Kick. We are now also on Kick. We took a break from Twitch for a second just to check out Kick to see what it is, to diversify our portfolio, our streaming portfolio, of course. So there you go. Just we appreciate you guys listening, and even in Vietnam. Your dad is a soldier? How old's your dad? I'm just messing around. I'm taking. I don't want to get into a discussion. My dad was a soldier too. There you go. You guys know where I'm going with this, right? Again, we appreciate you listening from all the way from Vietnam. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm so glad that Vietnam allows you guys to listen to our shows. This is impressive. So there we go. All right. So with that, I think that's it. Make sure, again, you guys check out Kick. Make sure you guys check out all the other streaming plats that we got. Why is the field in Dallas fake? Punchline said that they had stopped players from sniffing the lines. Is that a joke? Are we already starting our inter football team rivalry? Who's my team? Raiders. That's my team. Fantasy football stuff. Raiders. There we go. Raiders. That's me. Yes, I'm a glutton for punishment. So yes, I'm a Raiders fan. Seems like my football team are like my exes. They just keep moving. All my exes live in Vegas. But anyways, yeah, Raiders. Those are my Raiders. Do I have a second? No, I don't have a secondary. I don't have another. Just Raiders. That's it. Or any of the teams that I don't like, I'll be rooting for. Does that make sense? So if I see a team that I kind of don't, whatever, then I'll root for the team that's playing against. But generally, all the teams right now are getting pretty good. So anything that I kind of don't care. But obviously, if someone says, "Hey, the so-and-sos and the so-and-sos are playing," you sorry you don't speak English? It's okay. It's okay you don't speak English. You just type in what are there, and we can understand you with the Facebook translation setup that we have. You can just type in what you want. Your secondary is Green Bay. Yeah, mine's pretty much the Raiders and the Raiderettes. Those are my go-tos. Baseball. Oh shit. Baseball. Dodgers, Rangers, Royals, and that's it. That's really been my teams. Dodgers because Raiders, and then Ranger because of family. You know, I got family both on the West Coast and freaking in Texas, so it's kind of like one of those things that the house divided or whatever. So Texas Rangers, baby. And so it's Dodgers, Rangers, and the Royals. The reason why I say the Royal, I like the Kansas City Royals is because Bo Jackson was also a Raider, who also when the global war on terrorism was going on, and there was some games that needed to be played. The Kansas City Royals did for the veterans or for the service members deployed. They gave them the codes to play their games live, to see the games live, which is pretty fucking cool. So I became a fan and a Bo Jackson. So with that, I think that's it. Don't forget, tomorrow's Friday Night Freedom. Man, I know Pookie and Kaz are going to talk it up. Taxation is theft. We got Oliver Anthony discussions going to be happening. Have you guys heard that song? God, I love that song. It is a good song. It has united America. It has united individuals that you would never think would be united. Black, white, Asian, Latino. You cannot believe how it united everybody. I know individuals are already trying to say that it's a right-wing dog whistle. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, we'll see about that. I kind of like it. Maybe we could get him to come on. We can work some of that front desk magic to see if he would join us. So, all right, y'all have a good one. Hey, Gabe, appreciate you, Tick him for checking in from Vietnam. It was fun talking to you as well. Appreciate you tuning in. So with that, y'all have a good one, and don't forget, be safe this weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Shots. If I can get to the place where I'm supposed to be at. Speaking of the Secretary of the Army.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Sometimes when I look at, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, I think it's WTF Army or something.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.